Kami dari kelompok 12
dari kelas 11 Boga 3 ingin mempresentasikan tentang room service dan tray setup. Kami terdiri dari 3 orang yang bernama
Ayu,
Meli
dan Laras.
Berikut adalah penjelasan kami. Selamat mendengarkan.
It's like a Polaroid love 사랑 촌스러운 그 감정 근데 내 가슴이 뛰어 왜 나 일어나 외로운 날들이야 모두 다 안녕 내 마음속.
Here is exactly what we will need for a breakfast tray. Any tray will do for this. You can get breakfast trays which are slightly different because they've got legs, but you can also just use a normal tray if that's what you've got in your home. I've already clothed it. You can see there's a white cloth you could use a napkin. I have used an actual tray cloth that I've obviously folded so it fits the tray, and then this lovely little smaller cloth is actually a tray cloth. It's slightly too small, but I think it's quite decorative, so I put it on top of the other cloth. Here we've got all the cutlery and crockery that's required. There's not a huge amount, but I'm going to now talk through how we're going to lay this up and what every item is for. We start off with a fish-sized plate, which I obviously mentioned before. This you can use as a starter size. For the breakfast, it's perfect for using for your toast. And you just position it. It's going to be slightly different because I talk about the inch rule for measuring from the edge of a table. With this tray, you might not have the same amount of room. So the idea is just to position it, again, a centimetre or two from the edge. So I want that about there. And then we're going to position a side plate, just for spacing, distance, so we know exactly where everything's going to go. And then we're going to have a teacup and saucer, which is going to go over this side. It goes to the right. Now you will see what I mean about spacing because there's not a huge amount of room on these trays. Then we have a plate for our fruit. Make sure that the pattern is all the same way, so everything is in the right direction. And then we're going to use a saucer, which is going to be for the marmalade dish. This area is going to be for your tea, coffee, milk, sugar. We can place the sugar there just now. And then what you want to try to do is now get the cutlery on the tray. So to do this, as I've mentioned, my hands have been cleaned, I have washed them. You can wear a pair of butler white gloves, or you can use a tea towel. I've already buffed this cutlery so it's ready to go. So you just place the toast knife down, which goes in as far as you can get it. Then your fruit knife. This is specially designed. This is actually a proper fruit knife, and we've also got the fork that goes with it. You don't really get them these days, but I'm quite lucky enough that I was given a set a few years ago, which I enjoy using. And then we're going to put down the cereal spoon. The cereal spoon is like this, so don't use a soup spoon. Some people have made that mistake. And that just goes there. And then the fruit fork goes on the other side, so we can just slide that in there. I know some of you might think, well, how do they get the cutlery out? They will get it out. When you take the tray up, they'll just move things around. It's the only way to do it. Then we have got a spoon for the marmalade, or honey, whatever you might wish to put out. And then there's a teaspoon for the cup. Remember, that goes at 6 o'clock. The handle for the cup always points at 3. And then lastly, you've got the cereal bowl, which just goes on top of that plate. And that, more or less, is all you need. I'm obviously going to bring some bits in from the kitchen in a second. The last thing to go on the tray is obviously the napkins. So here again, we've got the lazy butler. I did demonstrate this the other day, but for those of you that would like another quick demonstration, I will show you how to do this. So we open the napkin out, you bring it over to that point, press down, bring this piece back, press down, you've got the centre there, this comes over to there, this comes back to the same point there, make a triangle, and then thumbs on top, fingers underneath, bring it round in itself and tuck it in. And then that gets positioned just there. Right, I will bring in the last little bits from the kitchen. So here we've got the orange juice. It can be orange juice, pineapple juice, whatever you want to offer, but orange juice is obviously the most popular. We have the marmalade, which is just in a nice little glass dish. And then some butter balls that I've already prepared. I will demonstrate in one of the other episodes how to make these because I think they look quite nice on a breakfast tray, and they also look quite nice on your dinner table. So I'm just going to have to do a bit of manoeuvring here to fit everything on, as you can see. And then the milk. The last things to go in the tray are obviously the coffee, which is what's been requested for today, and the toast. So I'm just going to go and quickly prepare those. And there's a coffee pot, and there's a beautifully cut toast. Crusts always off. Crusts always go to the chickens, remember. And lastly, a piece of fruit. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're looking at perfection once again. I'm now ready to take this upstairs. I've just got to wait to be summoned. I believe the guests are ready for their breakfast, so I'm now going to take this up and present them their breakfast. Your breakfast, my lord, my lady. May I just put it down here? Wonderful. There you go. Thank you.